Welcome to the Shantae Nicole podcast. Happy to have you. Jesus Christ loves you, and I hope and pray that this podcast is a blessing to you. Anger management, I highly recommend for any and everybody, especially with mental health. A lot of times I'm just stoic, and I got that from anger management. You know, what's understood doesn't need to be explained. You don't always have to have the last word. Taking accountability, apologizing, even if you don't think you're wrong, right? Nobody's 10 for 10. Moving on, getting on to the to the next situation, right? So family therapy with me and my son, if you've seen any of my videos on the Nicole Channel 23 on any of my platforms, family therapy for me and my son was a huge blessing because men and women just think differently and they process information differently. So I don't know my dad, but I allowed my son to know his father even from the jail cell, right? So just processing his emotions, being raised by a single mother, visiting his dad in his cafeteria, not understanding why his dad, you know, can't come to any of his school plays or any of his school graduations or, you know, any of his games, right? And so the therapist was like a mediator. I would say what I had to say, then the therapist would tell my son would say what he had to say, then the therapist would say to me, like they were like a translator. So I think therapy gets a bad rap, but you don't just rely on therapy alone, right? It's like your body. You have a heart, you have 2 lungs, you have 2 kidneys, you have a pancreas, you have a large intestine, small intestines, and they all work together. And that's the gym I want to volunteer for mental health. It's just not one thing. I don't just go to church and read my Bible. I go to church, I read my Bible, I fellowship, I drink water, I take walks, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's just not one thing. It's a lot of things that get you on the right track and help keep you on the right track. But the important thing to do is to start. Once you start, you can always tweak it, but you can't tweak what you never started. So welcome to the Shantae Nicole podcast. God bless you. Bye-bye.